welcome back to our channel. My name is Shay. I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari.
I'm Tyler, part-time seller on Mercari, eBay, Poshmark.
And today's video is going to be about the toxic positivity that's been going around the community as of late.
Yeah, it's been spreading like wild. It's been everywhere.
I wouldn't say everywhere, but it has been popping up on quite a lot of feeds, and basically we want to talk about it and how it can be damaging to the community as a whole and what we can do differently. So if you've been living under a rock and you don't know kind of where this is coming from, Poshmark had an algorithm change and it kind of affected a lot.
Everything, all sales just seemed to die, and we did a video on this, and there's a whole debacle over the functionality or lack thereof of the Poshmark search.
Yeah, so I will link that video up here. Poshmark has responded, and they have supposedly reverted back to just shared for most people, which I don't know what most means, but that is for another video. But during this time, people were speaking out about the problem, and there were some sellers who basically displayed toxic positivity. So we want to talk about what that means and how it impacts the community. So
yep. Before we get to that, I do have a shirt.
You do.
It's an Ariat pocket
This
tee.
is a currently for sale shirt.
Yeah, yes. So I'm wearing it. I missed out on the Burberry t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because it sold to one of you, actually. This has a pen slot in the pocket to keep hold of your pens.
Which he's loving right now. So if you want a shirt that Tyler has worn, this is currently listed in our closet, which is linked below. But okay, so let's move right into this. So we'll start with what is toxic positivity. So you want to give the definition?
So sure, I'll pop this up on the screen as well. We define toxic positivity as the excessive and an ineffective or overgeneralization of a happy, optimistic state across all situations. The process of toxic positivity results in the denial, minimization, and invalidation of the authentic human emotional experience. So basically, it's everything's fine. The whole meme where it's burning down. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what was happening was people were stating that, I don't know what everyone's talking about the algorithm being a problem. I'm making 1 million sales, and we will pop up on the screen several examples of this happening in the community. And so I guess we should start with have we ever experienced toxic positivity, either in reselling or in life? So do you want me to start or do you want to start?
You can start.
Okay, so I will start with an experience I had in reselling right when I first started. Now, I'm not going to give names because I don't want to call people out, but I'm sure that some people might know this story anyways. But anyways, I was experiencing slow sales. At the time, I think I only listed on Poshmark. And I was kind of looking to the bigger resellers to kind of look for advice, tips.
Looking for inspiration and kind of words of encouragement and help getting started. Like that's it was very much I'm very new at this and you've been doing this for a while. Anything that you can help me figure out would be great.
Yes. So I had made a comment on one of their public posts, and I had just basically said, like, what do you do when your sales are slow? Like, what can I do? I've had a $0 sales day and I'm kind of nervous and I just don't know what to do. And their response to me was, I've never had a $0 sales day in the entire time that I've resold. If you're having a $0 sales day, you're picking up the wrong things or you're not doing enough.
That's outrageously a lie. Like, there's not a single person that has never once had a $0 sales day. Like, that's just mathematically impossible.
Yeah, it is. And I did actually afterwards go back and look at their sales, and I will just say for the record that they have absolutely had a $0 sales day.
Because she's petty like that.
Yes, but it definitely negatively impacted me. It made me question, should I be doing this? Is it possible? Am I just picking up the wrong items? Am I just bad at this altogether? It really impacted me, and it took a while for me to kind of get over that, because a big seller telling you something like that really has an effect. But you've also experienced this outside of reselling.
Outside of reselling. So I have in the past worked several sales jobs without getting into a whole lot of the specifics. One of the pieces of advice that I got from one of the established partners at the firm was to get a mortgage, get bills that you have to pay, because that's the only way that you're going to be successful is if your back's against the wall. And anyone can do it. I did it. I knew 4 people when I moved here. No excuses. You have a good network. Everything is up to you. And it's so demeaning and so hurtful.
Yes, it is. Now, there is a difference between being positive, having a positive outlook, and kind of just trying to fake it till you make it type situation versus toxic positivity. So, outside of this whole situation, right, we've seen this many times. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this video. This isn't an isolated incident where this just one thing happened and people were doing the wrong thing. I do think that a lot of the sellers that do this might not even realize they're doing it. I think this might be a result of people trying to stay positive, keep their feeds positive, not dwell on negativity, which we all try to do.
Also, people don't want to see your struggle. They want to see, this is what people think. They want to see just the highlight reel. They want to see all of the glamour that goes along with being a reseller. They want to see just nothing but success, which is...
Well, I mean, if that's true, we're never going to grow because I keep it real over here. If you've seen any of our videos, we tell you when we're having bad sales days, we tell you when we're not hitting our goals, and we tell you when we are hitting our goals because I believe that it is important to keep it real. I think it's important to see real people running real businesses. I think that is really important in this community, and we will continue to do that. But in this community, the other places you might see this happening is things I can think of off the top of my head is summer slowdown. A lot of the times you will see posts such as summer slowdown. I don't know what they're talking about. My sales are fire. And people also during Q4 when new tags items start being the main item, but the pre-owned clothing sellers see a little bit of a dip. You'll see the I don't know what they're talking about. My sales are great, and showing these package photos and showing all this stuff.
It's completely glossing over someone else's experience because you're having a different experience, and that just maybe take a moment to reflect and understand that your experience is not universal, and that's not how other people are going about this currently. And everyone is in a different place in their business. Everyone is at a different place in their life, and you have to take a little bit more of account of that when you're someone that has a wide audience and a large following.
Yeah, so some of the things he mentioned, I kind of want to just make sure we highlight. So first of all, I think it's important that as resellers who have any kind of platform, even if it's a small platform, it's important to remember that people that are watching you have different experiences. So first of all, there's different mental health statuses, I guess. Yeah. So I personally struggle with a lot of mental health issues that absolutely impacts my business, and we talk about that openly here. There are people that have different learning disabilities. There are people that have different home life scenarios, all different types of things, right? We're all in a different journey. We're also all in a different place in our business. And it's important to remember that if you are a, seller like me who, averages $100 to $200 a day, our lows and highs are going to be very different than somebody who is established and has, an average day of $500 to $1,000. Yeah. Our lows and highs are very different. So I think that's really important to remember. And so when we're looking at this type of stuff, it's important for us as the consumer to see that and realize, okay, it's different for us, but it's also important for the person who's putting out that content to remember that what they think might be encouraging is actually harming the person watching it because they don't realize the impact they're having.
There's a better way to go about that. And I think it is very, very important as someone with a wide audience to find a better way to present the information and say, I get that times are difficult right now and I have experienced this, or I'm not experiencing this because I've transitioned a little bit. Here's what I'm doing. These are the steps that I'm taking to try to fight the negative experience and the slowdown. And these are things that you can do as well. They may not have the same result, but there are things that you can do rather than saying, I don't have a problem. It sounds like a you problem.
Yes. So I did want to highlight that there are a few people out there who do really actually help in times like this. Now, the first one that I can think of that happened recently, they actually weren't talking about the Poshmark algorithm, but it was the same time period. eBay had an update and sales slowed down as it always does when they have an update. And Rally Roots actually did a video, and I'm going to link that here. But they basically said, hey, eBay had an update. It slowed down sales. They had a $0 sales day. And they gave tips on what they do to combat that. And that was, for me, a very validating experience because if somebody at that scale is experiencing a slowdown, I don't feel like it's a me thing. I feel like, okay, if they hadn't slow down and these things work for them, then I'm going to do those things because that's something
It's
that makes
we're in
sense.
this together. I'm not alone. Everyone wants to feel like their experience is not a singular experience, and everyone wants to have a sense of community and feel like, okay, I'm not crazy. It's a real issue. I have to fix the issue, but it is an issue that needs to be fixed and addressed.
Right. And the motivation to fix it when somebody with that kind of audience says that is so much higher than when someone tells you it's a you problem.
Yeah.
The other one that I've been kind of hesitant to share, but I'm going to anyways, Nicole State actually put out a video during all of this. Now, motives aside, we all have our opinions of why she came back during this time, and that's probably a different video. But she did put out a video giving tactical tips on what to do when this happens, and they are actually genuinely helpful. Not only did I try some of them, but I had a few friends also try some of them, and they helped. So I'm going to reluctantly also link that video.
You could just mention that video. You don't have to give them a link.
And you know, if this is the time that we see a return, we will talk about that another time. But I do want to point out that that video was helpful, and it was a good example of what should be done in this time, acknowledging that there's an issue, realizing you have a platform where people are looking to you for help, and giving some kind of solution without making people feel bad that they're experiencing this problem. So I think that's really important, and I think that we all as sellers need to be better about realizing that we are all in different journeys, and if there is a collective problem going on, it is up to the people who are established and, you know, kind of putting themselves out there to give solutions and support and realize that we are all in this together. Don't make anyone feel bad for experiencing a problem that's really happening. Give them a solution.
Yes, I think if you've encouraged someone to continue going, that is infinitely better than being the reason that someone gives up on their dreams.
Absolutely.
And just no one wants to be that bad person in someone else's life where they unknowingly said something that dropped someone out of their dream and fighting for what they want to do.
Absolutely. If I could have one goal in life doing all of this is to encourage one person to keep going or one person to get started, that would mean the world to me. And I would hope that our videos show that we are real. This is a real experience that we're having. We have our highs, we have our lows. And I hope that our content is showing you that we are all in this together. We're all doing the same thing, just on different journeys. We're on different paths, but we experience the same kind of struggles as well as accomplishments.
Yeah, I like the dojo method. Growing our businesses together
Absolutely.
is way better of an idea and a concept. So kudos. I'm going to steal that.
Yeah, exactly. So basically the sum of this video is meant to be that if you are, first of all, receiving toxic positivity, either from your favorite creator, from Instagram, any of that type of stuff, please remember that we are on different journeys and we are doing different things, and what one person tells you may not be the truth. You may want to unfollow them or mute them or any of that type of thing.
Or just take a break. Just turn everything off.
Yeah.
And
protect your peace is what I will say. If you are somebody who has been guilty of giving out toxic positivity, maybe you didn't realize it, I hope this is a video that explains to you what the problem is, what it looks like, and how you can do better, because I do think it's important that we all learn, grow, and try to evolve from this. So hopefully this helps a little bit.
yeah, do better.
But that is everything we have today. We will be back really soon with a new video, and we will be back live on Tuesday.
Thank you all for watching.